G'day, this is Bruce and welcome to my shop to getter out number 22. This one here is a manifold that's had 4 studs. It's a brand new fabricated manifold, cast and and welded, and during transport the studs were left in here and it was knocked, and the coil inside here has been damaged. So what we're looking at here, I suppose we can put it up like that so we can see it better. So I've got to remove the helicoil or the recoil, make a guide, drill and tap and fit a full type insert. The type I'm going to be using is a big cert, and today's the 18th of November, and I'm talking to you from my can-do corner, as you all know. So, in order to carry out the work, I've made up a guide to be able to guide myself to drill this hole, the bigger hole here. The reason being, I don't want to nod the head of the mill and set up. I just want to be able to. I'm using the mill bed, basically, a table, as just a holder for that. So we'll turn around the other side and I'll show you my implements of destruction. Some that I've used prior to that. Sorry about that, I was panning pretty quickly. Down here we have them, and hopefully we'll be able to show you everything. Right, so prior to anything else, we can talk about last week. Last week I had a few getter outs. I had 4 of these studs. You can see them there. 4 5/8 UNF studs broken off on a crankshaft on a large motor, and some of those, I'm going to ignore that phone. Some of those were easier to get out, and some of them were a bit more difficult. I had to drill through them and get them out with the easy out. I had another job where this one here had to be removed. And I'm just going to turn that phone on. Right, it's on silent, so that won't interfere with us anymore. I had another job where I had to get out studs out of an exhaust exhaust manifold studs that were stuck in an engine on board a vehicle. So I had 10 of those to get out. So I got 8 of them out. One of them was broken off, and I had to drill out and get out with my easy out. And the second one had a broken drill bit in it. Here, broken drill bit, and it also had a broken easy out. So I got the easy out and then drilled through and put in my trusty parallel extractor, and I extracted that one out. So that was a job well done. There was another job with other bolts also that I had to extract. So we got all those out, and it was a successful day. Now the coil that's in there has been pulled sideways, so it can't be used again, and I don't want to use that same thread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that, I'll show you how we do that. We're going to pull that coil out, and we're going to put an insert in. And just to show you the difference in a larger scale, so that it's probably better to be picked up by the phone. That's your normal recoil, helicoil, whatever brand you want to call it, but it's a wire insert basically. And the other option is to go for these solid inserts, and most of these solid inserts have a standard thread on the outside and whatever thread it is you're looking for on the inside. So quite often these can be used with a regular thread. However, this particular type, the big cert or the time cert, has a head on it here, and it needs to be bedded in. So after you drill you've got this reamer, this special reamer, to provide the seating for, so that will then provide the seating for this to go down flush under the face. So that's in the big scale. In the small scale, the one we're going to be using here today, we have a set here which I already had on board, and this is the big cert. These are the thicker ones, and these also have a little baby item in the bottom here, and when you apply these, that gets pushed out into the thread and that locks it in place. It has a few facets to it. I don't have a big cert here available to show you, but so what we've got the drill. The whole set comes with a drill, a reamer, the tap, and an applicator for driving these in. Because the way this works is you screw it with the applicator, you screw it in, and as it's going in, it stretches it out into the thread that you've made and locks it in place. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now, in order to be able to get a good direct drill through, what I've opted to do is I've made this plate up, and that's going to be screwed into one of the holes, and this hole here will be the guide for the drill bit. Come out of there. And this is a neat fit, and that will guide the drill bit so that we've got a good drill through. The implements that I'm going to use to extract that damaged coil out is one of these, and I have many of them, of these extracted things. These are made by Recoil. And this one here, for instance, you can see has been ground right down. It was originally one like that. It's been ground down for a particular job. And these, basically, you can do it even with a screwdriver. What we've got here is just ground. The flute is ground just slightly in a reverse position, so that can then, when you turn it in reverse, it'll grip and notch itself into the insert and pull it out. Some I've even got, like this one here, has been made for getting something out of a very deep hole. I've got several of these as well. The other tools are just general tools. So what we'll do is we'll swing around here and we'll get started. And hopefully you'll be able to capture this easily enough. So first things first, we're going to remove that damaged item. So we've taken this extractor and we're going to endeavour. There we are, we've got it. We've now grabbed it and we'll unscrew it out. Okay, there we go. So there we have it. That's the bent and damaged unit. Now, next step is we're going to bolt up this guide plate that I made, and I'm going to use that as a guide to drill out the hole to the correct angle. There we go. This is quite neat. You've got that out. Now, I didn't think about the tapping size. That's a little bit larger, but so what we'll do is we'll just tap it by hand, and we'll use our little square. So we've got so that's it. We don't need the guide anymore. That's been drilled out to size. We'll have some kerosene and our little square. A little baby square. Just make sure we're all lined up. I could also use, as you've seen before, I've got the that guide, the magnetic guide arrangement that I could use, but we'll go with this. Most of these taps that come are intermediate tap, so we'll just get a bit of a start here, and then we'll check it with the square. Make sure we're on the money. That's got to come down. And we'll check it this way. Got to come this way a fraction. Being that it's in aluminium, shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, we'll square that way. We'll square this way so we can cut that thread. I just mind here for a second. I like to blow the swarf away before I extract the tap. That's why there's far less resistance. And we're right up against the wall inside here, so I can't tap much more than what I've already done. I'll just do a fraction more, and then we'll take that out. Okay, so we've got that tapped. We're now going to run down the the reamer, and it's got its own stop basically, so you just got to go down a bit with this reamer, enough so that we've got a counter ball, and from there we can then apply one of these solid inserts. Now with the inserting, this is the applicator, and it just looks like a bolt, but it's actually got flat edges on it as well, and it's tapered a bit. It must be oiled. This one, there we go. Must have plenty of oil on it, because we wanted this not to have any friction coming out once we've installed the insert. What we're doing here is we screw the insert on the end here. It feels a bit rough, that one. That one feels better. Okay. Right, so we've got the insert well oiled on the inside. I use either the 248 or the 648. And get a bit into there. Not that this needs a lot, not like a coil, because it has this little button that's going to come out and lock itself in. So we screw that. It should screw in there all right. There we go. What we've got here, it's never happened to me before, but it looks like that is not working too well. It's not going according to the plot, and it could be because I may have needed to clean that thread out again with the tap after I'd done the counter bore. We'll just have a look at that. It's just showing us what not to do. So we'll just run the tap through again just to make sure we're all all clear here. Okay, because that should have screwed in there easily. So any resistance or anything that's not working properly, we'll have to revisit it. I'll take another one. We'll play around with the one that we've already used. Not worth the pain. Okay, so we'll put a bit of Loctite on there. This time she should screw in there okay. There we go, screws down nicely. Now we're down into place, and now all we do is we turn this. It gets harder as we're working, it's getting harder, and we keep running it down till it runs free. Once it's run free, that's a sign that the insert has been set. The little knob has gone out into the side and locked it, and what we've got here is a successful job done. Thank you very much. This is closing out on Get Her Out number 22.